Hello everyone, we are joined by Grandmaster Salem after his match against Bardiya in round 6. What an interesting game, Saleh. Could you please take us through the game?
Yeah, so this is I think the first interesting moment. My last move was bishop e6, protecting this pawn, and then my opponent played h4, which I did not see coming. And the point of this h4, white wants to go knight g5, and then I'm losing this c4. First I was thinking, okay, h6 is logical, but then h5, g5, and knight f5. Initially I didn't like to weaken the light squares, but I was looking at my options here, and finally I went deeper into this h6, h5, g5, knight f5, takes, because it seems like, okay, I have weakened my light squares, but this pawn is doing a great job holding this d2 pawn, and I have ideas to go with e4. So here I calculated a lot of lines. I will not bore you. So rook e8 happened. I was considering something like e4, for instance, just to show you one line. And the point, if he takes, then rook e8, let's say queen c2, rook e2, and I thought this is fine for me. So I was worried of knight h2. And if I takes, threatening checkmate.
Yes.
So rook e8 takes on b2, queen d4. It's double attack. And first I was worried of knight g4. Of course, if I take the rook, then knight takes h6 is checkmate. If I go here, it's checkmate. If I go here, it's checkmate. If I go here, takes, and then checkmate. So my plan was not to take the rook. I was calculating rook takes e4, and knight takes h6. Okay, too many pieces, I'll just put it here.
Yes, sure.
And I cannot go here because checkmate. So I was calculating something like this, take. I cannot take because it's mate. This, and I thought this is good for me finally. And piece up. It looks dangerous, but I think now I'm having my counterplay.
Okay.
So finally, I didn't like. Instead of knight g4, white has this check, king here, and takes. And he saves the piece because this rook is hanging, and after take he takes, so it was good for white. And so I didn't go e4, although I had another idea after e4. This position. This is the position, yeah? And knight is here. So I was again e4, knight h2, and I found queen c8. And I think it's holding for black. Okay, it's a very tricky position. But then I started to think, why am I giving this pawn? If I want this e4, I can just prepare for it, since white cannot go d3, which ideally he would like to do because of this move. White cannot take because I take here.
Take him here.
So he takes, and I go c3, and this pawn is very strong.
Got it.
So my opponent played knight h2. He wants to go bishop e4. He stopped my e4, and then here, of course, black has many options, but I like my move, queen c8. And now he went here, and now my pieces start to get centralized, and his knight on h2 is far from the game. Now I want to take here. He played bishop. I can take, but I thought I can't take it with a knight, even better. So takes. I could win an exchange here, but I wanted to keep control over the game. Takes, and queen e6. And here it's much better for black, but he started to play for, there are some resources and some tricks. So he played bishop f3 with the idea that after take, rook here, b6, and now he keep chasing the queen. The queen has to guard this c4 pawn. But I have here, if I move anywhere, he takes, but I have this move. So if he takes the queen, I take, and then if rook c1, then I go knight b3, knight d4, double attack. I hope the audience will understand. So queen a2, Queen d7, attacking the rook. So he took here, I took. And here he played rook e1. And I think here is the last critical moment. I have a lot of choices here. So many things look interesting, but I wanted to be precise. I'm not sure I did, but according to the game it was, I think, precise. So I don't know. a6, rook b1, and the point is I'm kicking this rook to b1 because it will hang at the end of the variation. So takes, takes, takes. And now, now the point of a6, I take here. So basically, if white takes, I give this check and attacking the rook. So he played rook c1, now threatening my knight. And I played bishop d4, and he played queen c7. Trying to get into opposite colored bishop endgame with pawn down, which can sometimes be drawish. But here, luckily for me, there is this nice move. Giving the rook with check, and I have to go to h7. It's very important. If I go to g7, which is more natural, not to be under checks, then there's queen d4, d6, and after my idea knight g4, he takes with a check. So I have to go to h7 and queen d6. If he tries something like attacking this bishop with a rook, I can give this mate. Takes, check, and checkmate. One second. How was it? Yeah, this is here. So, it's black's threat is this. Only way for white is to attack the bishop, but it does not help. So he tries to bring the queen. The point being that after knight g4 takes, if I take, he goes king f1. And after queen h1, he covers with the queen. But here is the important detail that I take queen g3. And if white goes here, it's checkmate. And if he goes there, then it's this mate. And he resigned, I think, after queen takes g3.
Thanks for sharing. Thank you for diving deep into the game. It was very interesting to listen to you. And good luck for your rest of your games.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me.